we have a lot of smoke. Unfortunately, British Columbia is on fire. We have a lot of forest fires going on right now. There's a couple of closer ones, so we have some very yellow skies and hazy. It's not clouds, it's all smoke. So we've been taking it easy. It's also been getting a heat wave, and it's hot. Summer's been pretty hard on us. Anyways, a few days taking it easy with the horses, but getting lots done. Hello, Luke. He's looking at me. He's like, "You smell good. Why do you smell so good?" Oh, I have a modified hay bag. It's this little tiny guy. Just this little tiny hay bag I can't use for anything. But I can put it on my body. And then this is already broken and open. I could put a whole, look, it's a whole bag. Because somebody said in one of the other videos when I was doing hay bags or apples that the horses wish I had more, because I just had the little blue container. So I got this thing now. Yes, my friend, you would like an apple or two. Doing a little bit of fixing up on this weird wall as well. Then we've got the door on. There's a door here for anybody that's interested in a little bit of updates, but this now closes. So, but this is a little strange because this wall was, anyhow, enough of that. How about an apple? So I reach down into my satchel of apples and we feed apples. Good job, buddy, good job. Nice effort all around. Okay, well, we'll come back to you. Yeah, with the forest fires going so hard and the amount of smoke, I mean, you wake up in the morning and it is campfire smell. Yesterday was a fresher campfire smell. Today feels like an old campfire. It's hard to explain. It's like something you wake up in the morning and the campfire's still smoldering a tiny bit, but it's all burnt out. It smells like that. And it's strong. Yeah, it's real. Hello, my friend. How you doing in there? This is not bad. You smell good. Yeah. I've got some apples here. Would you like one? So be careful. See, now I fed it a little like this, but I want to make sure to roll it out of my hand. Roll it out. Like that. Another one. But it is better to do it like that. Nanners, how you feeling about apples? Look at her. She says, "I like my hay. I'm doing pretty good without apples." You guys don't know what this is yet. Do you want an apple or two? We could try to chuck them. Whoop. Oh no. Went over into the gravel. Still got it. See if she comes over now. She's like, "Hey, this guy's got apples." Nanners, you coming over for apples or what? Another one? Look, look. It says, absolutely. I love apples. Apples are the best. There you go. How about another one, because you're a big girl? Crunchy, crunch, crunch. Okay. I had a great question. Actually, I have a whole pile of questions. One of our commenters, viewers, long time, Ida, has sent to me a big list of questions that are quite fantastic. So I thought I would start with the first one. And the first one was, you said that you ride or have ridden both English and Western. Just wondering what made you choose the Western. I'm paraphrasing, but were you introduced to both? How were you introduced to both? And what made you choose? And why do you? Hello, Rue. Ooh, side note, based on the fact, or one of the facts, that we have all these fires. There are actually a lot of evacuees, a lot of people leaving the places that have the fire going on at them. And as such, the place that we'll be taking Rue in is taking in a few, and has asked that Rue be a little delayed. And in such a case, he will be, and he'll be here till the end of the month for surezies. So, much to the pleasure of all, Rue is not leaving just yet. Would you like an apple? Do you think you can do better than last time? Because everybody kind of made fun of you a little. He says, I shall flick it out of your hand as fast as I can. Why does he do that? Let's see if we can get him to actually eat properly. I'm not going to let you flick it this time. Okay? I'm going to play with you a little. You should eat an apple properly. So see, give him a little bit of encouragement. You say, it's okay. You can come near me. You don't have to back off like that. If he would stop backing up like that, I'll give him the apple. But he seems so worried. So we want to teach him that it's okay to want for an apple. And he won't receive any trouble for it. He's still thinking about it, eh? We're gonna work away at this thing. There you go. There, see, that's a lot better. Let's try another one. I gotta admit, this little satchel idea, it's not bad, but it's actually really low. It's hard to reach. Oh well, let me give it a go. What is wrong? Here, you want a fresh one? Let's see if we can get him to take a step forward. Look at him looking at it. There you go, that's one back foot. What's the other back foot? How about those fronts? How about those fronts, Rue? You can teach a horse. I don't know why I have to teach him anything about this. Come on, you weirdo. Come get the apple. Just a little out of range. I want him to be braver. You should have a little more trust. You're an oddball. I don't know if I've ever noticed this about him. Come on, Rue. Move the front feet. You have to move the fronts. It's all in the brain. What are you doing, buddy? We're going to spend a lot of time with this, but this is probably good for everybody to learn, to try, to understand how the brain thinks. I have to change his mind. I have to make him understand. He's like, well, I guess I'll get the one on the ground. There's his front foot, his front left. We need the front right. I want both feet. Come along, Rue. You can do it. I'm gonna go a little higher with my apple. See if he changes. I don't know what he's looking behind him for. He must have a fly on him. Yeah, he's definitely got something bugging him. I don't know what it is. I can't see it from here. There's his front right. He says, well, I'll eat a leaf. And he digs a little. He says, can I please have the apple? You got to put your front right back. Digging won't help you. You have to come reach for it. See, he has to really think this through. So we just be patient. There's the back right. We need the front right. We're waiting on that front right. We'll just be patient. So we all have to be patient together. Horsework is like that. He's thinking. It's interesting, isn't it? You have to wonder, how come? Think he'll make it? I think he will. But he's got to move that front right. And it's not about being a boss or any of that business. I'm not trying to make him do anything. He has a choice to come get an apple or not. It's up to him. It's right here. It's in my hand. It's ready to be eaten. He'd like to reach, but he can't. He knows it. Come on, Rue. Some might say, well, what are you doing with your eyes? I'm actually just looking at his feet a little bit. There we go. Oh, no, we don't want digging. That's pretty good though. If he'd look up, he could come get the apple. He says, it worries me. I better put my front right back. Silly, but it's the way he works right now. I'm going to shift a little to the right. My right, his left. When done, any training session should make a horse stronger of mind. So we want him to come out of this thinking, I could be a little stronger. I probably need to put something in a timestamp of like how to skip past this part. I'm sure there's going to be lots of people like, oh, for Pete's sake, just give him the apple. But see, I've started this now and I can't finish. So you guys are in it if you want. If not, fast forward ahead, obviously. But good things come to those who wait. And a lot of horse training is like this, where you're just sort of waiting, you're being patient and you know, wondering, is this going to go well? He's got to work it out. And just shift my feet a little bit. Nothing exciting. You don't have to stay perfectly still for these things. The other thing that I think about is that he's a little worried about the fence. But this fence isn't on. There's nothing on. This is all plastic string. So he can touch this fence, but he might be thinking that he can't. There's the back right. We need the front right. Just a smidge. If he gets that front right over and he reaches up, because he got the front right forward, but then he couldn't lift his head up. He was a little bit too worried. He's getting there. He's real close. There's some more digging. There we go. I'm going to reach. Oh, he went backwards. I'm going to come back. I've just leaned a little. It's not a lot. There's no reason why he can't have that front foot forward and get the apple. I'm going to shift a little. Get him to start thinking of something. Roo, you're very close. You're doing a very good job. I'll reach a little for you. There, he's going backwards. So I'll reach a little. And then I'll come out. Wonder if I come above. Will he change his mind at all? See, he can see that he can touch it. He's leaning a little. He's coming in a smidge. He's still thinking. Yes, Roo, you can have the apple if you come take it. I'm going to shift over here. I'm going to move my body a little bit further and see if it draws him. He'll dig, I believe. He'll just do a tiny bit. You got to move your front right, buddy. I'm all the way at the post. I'm just about to leave. Better start thinking. How long have we been at this? 5 minutes? What's 5 minutes in the grand scheme of things? If we were at this for an hour, I'd start to think, 5 minutes isn't too bad. There's some digging. It's just communicating. He's like, hey, look, I'm here. Can you just hand it to me? But it did bug me. There's his front right. He's come forward. I'm going to come through and reach. Well, he stepped back twice. So I'm going to wait. But it did bug me when I saw him sort of react improperly. And a couple of the comments were, while funny, did highlight that his reaction to getting an apple was odd compared to the other 8 horses. And it's something that I thought I'd get to, and well, we're getting to it now. It's a long video, buddy. You want an apple? What if I touch your nose with it? He says, I don't want to be touched with it. Touch, touch. So I'm changing a little bit of a method there. I'm going to back up all the way over here now and see if he comes. There we go. Oh, I'll wait till he stops. Nope. Okay, we'll come back, stepping back a little further. So, we go back to the intuition is it the fence, right? So let's take that out of the equation, right? And we can do that by, look, we've come to the gate. He knows he can touch the gate. He touches the gate all the time. I know that because this thing is bent. So it means he pushes this way and this little bit here starts to bend that way. So now that I'm over here, well, he's still kind of iffy about it. Okay, we're gonna go in, and because I've only got one hand, I'm actually gonna come around. So we're gonna try something different, because yeah, it's gonna be one of those things like the definition of craziness is doing the same thing over and over again. So we're coming in. I gotta bring the bag with me here. Okay, Roo. Okay, not so close. Okay, so I'm going to just lean back a little. I'm going to see if he'll move in with the apple out. There's the front. So it could be a fence thing. So let's teach him. So I've got to reach with one hand and hold the bag with the other here. Okay, so I'm going to come over here a little further back. I'm going to hold out the apple and see if he makes it in. He does. And he doesn't act like a goof about it. He's even got my hand as a plate. Okay, so this has been, in my opinion, this is actually a really good sort of training situation where you might be trying to work with a horse and something is stopping them from being able to do what you want them to do. And the idea is that the human can find, look at this guy, the human can find a different way around it. Well, don't go eating the bag. No, it's my bag. So now I got to defend myself a little. Now I've got that. So let's leave. Let's go out here and we'll see if we can get the same response we had with the fence. Okay, so let's come over to the fence and I'm going to reach over. Actually, we'll go back to the corner here. Have him come, and he's got to make his way all the way over. Well, you see, he struggles. So it's a fence thing. So look at, he's reaching. He's thinking, what do I do? Will he make it? See, he won't. So in such a case, I really wouldn't force this. You know, we've given it 5 minutes to try something. He says, I can't do it. It really bothers me. I've had an experience where it hasn't gone well. So now we've got a piece of wood. So I'm going to see if he'll come to this side of the wood. He will. Whoa! There you go. You got it, buddy. Okay, Roo, you've learnt, and we've learnt. And that is the joy of horsemanship, horse training, is that we also learn how things can go if we make a modification. Something to try. Hello, Gracie. Who is the big girl today? Okay, bear with me while I find you a couple of apples. I feel like Santa. She doesn't have any problem leaning on the gate. There's an apple for her. I'm going to come around to the other side. So let me get on with my answer to the question about riding English or Western. Finally. Now, yes, I've been introduced to both English and Western when I first started my riding lessons when I was, I don't know, it's about 9 years ago. Before that, I was just a kid. I wouldn't put any of my experiences of English or Western from when I was a kid into any part of this conversation because I never thought about it. It didn't even occur to me. I never took lessons when I was a kid. I just went to a couple of camps to ride, along with many other things. Want another one? This one you're going to need to use my hand because your mouth is too small for this big one. Get a bite. Just take a bite. There you go. Don't, she's going to drop it. Oh, she didn't. Usually she'd drop ones like that. Good girl. Good. Whoa, don't be so angry. I get to touch your face. So I wouldn't put any of my childhood experiences into the mix of this conversation. It'd just be when I was an adult. So in the beginning, yes, I did learn some English and I did learn some Western styles because the teacher that I had was more English, knew Western, but definitely knows more English. And so she had me with that, but it wasn't long before I sort of felt more comfortable in a Western saddle. Bigger saddle, you got a horn to hang on to if you needed to. In my beginning learnings, I have long past moved past that type of thinking, but it's still, prevalent. You use a Western saddle, so you have a horn to hang on to. English saddle is good for jumping and all that kind of business. Eventing, dressage. And the style of riding between English and Western it's quite different. If you're not a horse rider, you've never experienced horse riding, then you wouldn't know, most likely, especially if you don't have any direct experience, if you haven't done both. They are quite different, and the way they work, both physiologically, psychologically, is different, and it is taught in such a way. Is that too hard for you? You need to come under, maybe? I'll come under the wood. Whoa! Almost got my pinky finger on that one. You have to be cautious of horses that aren't very good at eating from hands. And I wouldn't say that I do a whole lot. So my personal choice, definitely moved towards Western than English. I wouldn't say I wholly take on a Western riding style. Hello, Ruli. Why do you look like you're getting an awful lot of hay? Did you poke a hole in your hay bag? Fix all the hay bags today. I definitely don't. I mean, if I were to have to back up, Ruli's come all the way out. Look at how far out she is. She's like, I shall get your apples. Hey, okay, back up. And don't be so angry about it. Back up. Move your feet a little. This is a giraffe. Really the Appaloosa giraffe. And the riding style that I choose is a lot more Western than English, and the reasons are varied. I find the style. You know what I've done? I've gone and backed up off of you because I wanted to talk to the camera, but I should probably do both. Back up, really, back up. Look at her, this big giraffe. She's so angry with me. Thanks, Ruli. Hello. I know I don't have an apple in this hand. That's why I'm rubbing you with it. Hello, Ruli. Hello. She says, where's the apple? Horses are fun. They're fun. She's giving up on me. Whoa! Jeez. Watch out. She's moving in. She sees the bag. She's on it. Really, back up. Back. Oh. Okay. And physiologically, Western makes more sense to me. Two things that make a heck of a lot of sense to me. One extremely light or zero rain contact. I have very little desire to have rain contact. I understand the concepts in English where people feel that it's very important to always have rain contact. These guys. He's cutting me off. He's cutting me off. He says, I can get past you. Moving over here. That is very important to have full rain contact at all times. It gets them on the bit, teaches them blah, blah, blah. But for me, I don't want rain contact. I want to be off the reins as much as possible. These two are so adorable. She says, your hand smells like apples, but you're rubbing me with it. It's weird. Is it an apple? It's not an apple. Be patient, you guys. It is right in my face here. The camera right up against me. Okay, back up. Back. Good. His nose is everywhere. Okay, you weirdo. Okay, Lena, you're up then. Tony and Rue should be in the same camp. The weirdo camp. Do you feel like you're gonna get zapped too, buddy? Okay, I'm gonna come to the other side of Roni because I don't think that Lena will. I'm reaching. There, he took a step, so I'll let him have it. It's just my hand right now. Do I recommend doing this? Not really. Look, she's so gentle. She won't chew on my hand. But she will chew on an apple. Feed the lips, not the teeth. Look at Ruli over there. What about me? More and more. I've got lots of apples here, actually. We can do this for a while. I don't want rain contact, you see. I want to be able to be rainless, in fact. What are you doing? Roni? You knucklehead. Why? What's the fear? Is it the fence? It must be the fence still. It must be the lack. You've had enough. I gotta go give something to Roni. Is he gonna make it over, or are you just gonna push through him with all your loveliness? Roni, get over here. Lena. Oh, goodness. English riding doesn't allow for no rain contact. It must be on the bit, so on and so forth. Western, in some cases, does allow for no rain contact, and in many circles it is looked upon quite favorably to not have rain contact. Roni, you better make it over, man. Lena's making a good try. He just can't do it, eh? He's like, look at those lips. Come on, Roni, take a couple of steps, buddy. His long giraffe neck. Roni's a good reacher. Look at him, he's still making it over here. Oh, he made it. He took a step. So let's come. Oh, he went back. I'm gonna come over here a little. There. Oh no, don't roll it out of my hand. I'm gonna hold on to it a bit. He has to chew on it. So I'm going, oh, he took it. That's good. I'm okay with that. Hello, Lena. Okay, one more for you, lovely. A lovely horse that she is. This is a bigger one. Do you think you can get the whole thing? This is how you can kind of feed pieces. Just be very cautious. That's pretty good. So first thing is rain contact, as I've said. I very much enjoy riding with just my body. I'm also what I refer to as a little bit of a lazy rider, where I don't want to have to pull and fight and and hold my horse in, keep him between my legs and my hands kind of idea. I want to go more on intuition and the feel, which is not very scientific at all. It's not very useful as a description of how to ride. But a lot of it is in the body posture and maybe some audio cues, less hands. And English riding doesn't allow for that. The other thing that makes sense to me from a Western riding perspective, and I should say that I actually don't care what I ride in saddle-wise. I find a larger, like a Western style saddle to fit me better. Kind of like, you know, bicycle seats. You know, you buy a bike nowadays and the seats are as small as possible, it seems. I find them not as comfortable as a seat that is bigger, and which is much more common in more casual riders. But I don't really like the big Western saddles that are huge, heavy. You know, 40 pounds for a saddle is too much. It's excessive. But for every job there's a tool, and in some cases that's the tool. The second thing that I like about the more Western style compared to English is the leg position and leg movements. Who are we going to go back to? Luke. We're going to go back to Luke. I much prefer the idea of Western riding where when you want to turn right, you move your right leg out of the way and you push or bump with your left leg. Whereas English is the opposite. The way you want to turn, you put your leg in on that and you pull with your rein. Opposing forces. So physiologically, it doesn't make sense other than the idea that is communicated about lifting the shoulder or having the horse not lean inwards. So for my style of riding, I much prefer the getting out of the horse's way. If I keep my balance quite appropriate for the speed and the turn I'm doing, the horse should stay up pretty straight. At least I hope. So those are the two reasons why I ride more Western than English. And I've got two here. Nanners has now realized that I am in fact so this line is on. If I touch this and touch Luke, he will get zapped. Although I don't know if it'll work so well on these mats. So I'm going to come under it and make sure I do not touch it. It is my responsibility to make sure I do not zap my horse. I got another little one here. I'll have him chow down on that. Hello, Nans. I've got a big one in here, actually, for you. Look at the size of this one. This is, I think David left this one. Okay, so be careful. The yellow one is on. The white ones are nothing. They're just plastic, stretchy plastic. It's a monofilament. Whoa, geez. Settle down there, big girl. Okay. So thank you, Ida, for that great question. To each his own. I certainly am not preaching how somebody should ride. If somebody comes here for lessons, I generally teach that form of riding. Less reins, less pressure, do as little as you can. I stay off the horse's face as much as I possibly can. I don't want it. I don't want to tie their head down, which is irrelevant to English or Western. I don't want to use a stick, which is also irrelevant to English or Western, so I'd leave those things out. But the two things that I find are most prevalent or most obvious between the two styles are how you ride with your reins and how you ride with your legs. And so I have a preference, and that's my preference. And the reason why is because it makes sense to me for balance. It makes sense to me to the horse to not push and pull on the same side of the horse. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, so I don't do it. So there you go. That's the end of that. Everybody's been fed some apples. We've got this very yellow sun beaming down. It's very, very orangey out here. So hopefully the fires settle down a little bit. It's not looking too good. We still have hot weather and heat waves. Yesterday was 40, 44, 45, which is equivalent to when I was working in the back on the big project for this place. And so it's supposed to go down soon, down a little bit, but no real rain in the future. So that's not good. That's it for now though. Thanks everybody for watching, and thank you Ida for all your questions. I will continue to answer these in further episodes. This is a long one. Thanks for sticking with me on this one, and we'll get to the rest of them in another one because there's lots of good ones. Thank you Ida, and I'll see you guys in the next one.